Yo, this is Deontay the Bronx Bummer Wild, the WBC heavyweight champion of the world. And I'd like to give a big shout out to CJ Goodfellas.
All right, man, we back. Goodfellas Sports TV. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. Let's show Jermall Charlo taking on Dennis Hogan. Some love prediction video. Most people been asking for it. I heard a lot of people not talking about the fight. Obviously, you got a big fight going on in Saudi Arabia between Andy Ruiz and Anthony Joshua. And I talked a little bit about Charlo Hogan on the live stream yesterday towards the end, if you caught it. That's a big fight. And Tank was supposed to fight December 7th. At one point, it was considered, I believe. And they didn't want to go against the Andy Ruiz AJ card, which is that comes on around 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in America, 8:45, around 9 o'clock UK time for people that don't know. But they gave Charlo the card, and I don't know how much media out there. I think Fight Hype out there, but to be honest, it's a solid card. You got Eubank and Bob on the undercard. I'll talk a little bit about that tomorrow. But Dennis Hogan is 5'8", and maybe some change. I think he got 68.5-inch reach. He only got 2 losses. Jack Colclough, who arguably a lot of people thought could have got the decision versus Demetrius Andrade, but Andrade ended up thugging it out. And he lost to Jaime Mungia, which a lot of people thought Jaime Mungia lost to him. And I just watched that fight, and it was very, very competitive. Charlo, they got him listed at 6 feet. I think he might be a little bit taller than that. 73.5-inch reach, so he has a 5-inch reach advantage. Let's kind of talk a little bit about the fighter's strength. Start off with Dennis Hogan, the challenger. He got good footwork. His footwork is going to give Jermall some problems. He lacks power. I've seen on Fight Hype, he's been working on his power and getting more power behind shots. And power, either you got it or you're going to have to develop it with technique, or you're just not going to get it. Some guys just can't punch. Hogan only got 7 knockouts in his career. He's an Irishman, by the way, of Australia, but he got amazing footwork, amazing hand-eye coordination, great reflexes. He don't really you don't really paint that picture of him as your classic Irishman fighter, Australian fighter. He got Rushton as his coach. He trained Jeff Horn and put that game plan together to beat Manny Pacquiao. And he got a good left hook. He got good right hands. He got good counter puncher. He good on the front foot. He good on the back foot. He can fight on the inside. He puts you in a mindset of until we get in there, we won't know. He puts you in a mindset as a more offensive Brandon Adams. I don't think he come in there to survive, but it's different when you feel somebody's power. But durable, great stamina. I must say that this might be the second fight where you see with 2 high stamina fighters in there. The first fight I remember this year that I remember was Jose Ramirez. Well, Jose Ramirez got some of the best stamina in the game. But Josh Taylor Regis Prograis was an amazing show of both guys with will, stamina, and heart. Josh and Regis. In this fight, you got 2 of the best conditioned athletes in the sport of boxing. But Hogan, gritty, game, tough. He got all the intangibles you need to be a great fighter. Good footwork. Can counter punch, can lead, can fight on the inside. He real gritty. And what people don't know, he fought for the Australian super middleweight title and also fought for the vacant Australian middleweight title. So he's not as small as people think he is. But and that's it, man. With him and Charlo, power. He's a big, strong, physical guy. Power. Punches flow better than I gave him credit for. Excellent left hook. One of the better straighter jabs in the game. Really good right hand. One of the better two-handed uppercut fighters. He can punch. He can hit you with an uppercut with both hands. One of the best conditioned athletes in boxing. Once again, his stamina is through the roof, and I do think people paying attention to that now. Austin Trout, Adams. He just got some really good stamina. Him and his brother. He just real textbook in his defense. Hands up, fast hands. Like I said, a lot of power. That's pretty much Charlo. Counter punch, with the left hook. Just real strong. Talking about the weakness of Jermall Charlo is footwork. I don't think he looked comfortable with his feet. He got one of them Adrian Broner bases that's made for punching. And as you move up in weight, which I think this is more natural weight class, as he continue to move up, if he choose to, he got to bring that base in. And I think if he brings his base in, he'll do better against guys like Brandon Adams and guys that's going to use footwork that evade him. You know what I'm saying? And he's going to be facing the Brandon Adams type guy who I think is more polished than Adams and Hogan with his attack, with his footwork. So because he's going to take chances. Hogan, unless Charlo hit him with something he don't like, he's going to take chances. His footwork is lacking. And that's the only thing I really noticed with him, man. His footwork, he don't really move his head a lot because usually he's longer and taller than most of his opponents. So he is there to be countered if you hold your position like Korobov. But I do think he need to work on his back foot boxing game, and that go back to footwork. You're not going to be able to walk down every opponent. You know what I'm saying? I think Ronnie need to bring his feet in a little bit, get him on his toes some more, box on the back foot a lot more. But that may not be needed for this fight. But I'd like to see his footwork come in a little bit, his feet come in a little bit, kind of get on his toes a little bit like his brother used to do with Ronnie Shields, and kind of use lateral movement a little bit more, pivot a little bit more, and go side to side. Them wide feet, guys like Adams and Hogan and Demetrius Andrade could take advantage of that. His base is pretty wide too, but he knows how to bring it in and box a little bit too. So he got that wide base because he's a power puncher. But I think a lot of times, a lot of guys gonna pivot and they gonna use their pesky feet to take advantage of it. But Hogan, he just lacked power. If Hogan had power, he said that about Sean Porter yesterday. If Hogan had power, Hogan would probably be a champion at 54 right now. You know, so really that's what Hogan, he lacked power. And other than that, that's the only real thing I see what's wrong with Hogan. You know what I'm saying? He just lacked power. If he had power, he'd be a really, really good fighter. Obviously, he had a height disadvantage, which sometimes is not a disadvantage when you got a guy that don't know how to fight tall. Charlo know how to fight tall going forward, but not going backwards. He don't know how to use his feet and box on the back foot that well. He can't do it, but not with that wide base. But Hogan, I just see power, maybe lack of experience on an elite level. Other than that, I really don't see a lot of wrong what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? He game, he gritty, he gonna take chances, and maybe sometimes you take risks. It ain't the best thing to do, but hey, you can't take risks without being a champion. You can't take risks if you want to be a champion. You know what I'm saying? But that's it. But to talk about break down the fight, little keys to victory. I'm Hogan. Just gotta do what he did versus Mungia. He went to the body a little bit, lead off with a left hook, came back behind right hands, a lot of right hands, try to get in there and fight Charlo on the inside. But Charlo can fight on the inside too, a little bit. Charlo know how to get down there, and Hogan got to make himself a small target on the inside, but he got to work, and he got to be, he a good conditioned fighter, but he going against a really, really strong middleweight, one of the more physically imposing middleweights, and strong from top to bottom. So Hogan got to get in there and outwork Charlo on the inside. Don't allow Charlo to hold him and work. Let him hold him and work. So I think Hogan need to take chances. I think Hogan need to really put Charlo on the back foot. Press forward. If you got to come behind your head like Sean Porter, like a fullback, that's what he should do. And I think he should, push forward, use his jab, look to counter Jermall Charlo right jab, left jab. Keep his hands up for that left hook and that uppercut. That's what he got to worry about. But I think going to Charlo body, I don't think a lot of people had a sustained attack to his body. Maybe if Korobov would have went to Charlo body, he would have slowed him down. So Hogan will do that. Hogan will go to the body. He uses footwork to turn Charlo. And I think when he turned Charlo, and Charlo got them wide feet, and he got to reset and turn. It take him a little bit longer. I think Hogan need to go ahead and go and work. Maybe coming in with a left hook, coming in behind a jab, coming in behind a lead right over the top. And I think when he come in and he land those shots, he got to be prepared to work on the inside and work Charlo body and look out for the uppercut. But that's the game plan will be, is use my feet, jump in, with my punches, maybe a left hook to the body to get in there too, and kind of mix it up with the left hook to the body, left hook to the head, lead right hand, jab, double jab, look at the counter Charlo, jab, But Charlo do a good job. He do a good job of keeping his hands up. He a textbook peekaboo kind of style a little bit, keeping his hand up. Brandon Adams landed some overhand lefts that landed right on the glove. But I think Hogan got to use his angles, take advantage of Charlo wide base. And when he get on the inside, he got to work. But he got an opportunity to win this fight. Just don't have enough power. But for Charlo, you know what I'm saying? Keep that jab in his face. Keep Hogan on the back foot. Maybe bait him coming in. Throw a bait jab and Hogan try to counter it. And come back, with that uppercut. Come back with that right uppercut like he did with J-Rock. What else could he do? Just keep Hogan on the back foot. Keep that jab in his face. Double it up. Right hand, keep it basic. Sometimes a left hook. I just keep it real basic. Because Hogan is short and he got to find a way in. So if Charlo keep him at a distance and bait him with feign a jab and come with a straight right hand, he might find, Hogan might be on the canvas. I think Hogan has only been dropped once. He's only been dropped once. But, Charlo got an opportunity to do something. This dude that fought at super middleweight. But, for Charlo, I think it should be, keeping it simple on the outside, pressing forward like he usually do, doubling the jab up, putting that stick on there, setting the right hook hand up. And I think my favorite combination in boxing is the left hook right hand. And I think that's what he should be looking at, left hook right hand for Hogan. But it could be a lead right, you know what I'm saying? And also Charlo punched really well with a left hand and the left and right uppercut. So I think the uppercut getting on the inside is gonna be huge for him, because Hogan, he like to dip down and he got to take chances. He had almost a 4-inch height disadvantage, and he got to reach this advantage. But if Hogan can make himself a small target, get on the inside, work Charlo torso, and trying to smother Charlo a little bit and push him on the back, it would be a good fight. But if I had to just give a keys to victory for Hogan, just straight up, footwork, use your angles, keep Charlo off balance, turn Charlo, using his footwork, and jump in with your left hook, your right hands, and work Charlo on the inside, work his body. Don't worry about the chin. Try to really wear Charlo down with the body shots, and not work him. That's pretty much it. You know what I'm saying? Look out for the left uppercut for Charlo. Keep the fight on the outside. Jab is going to be imperative. Straight right hand is going to be imperative. And left hook and an uppercut when Hogan get on the inside. So I think the fight going to be a lot more competitive than people think, depending on Charlo adjusting to Hogan rhythmic movement. And you don't really say that about Irishmen a lot, but he got rhythmic movement. He kind of got that irky jerky style. I see why him and Jeff Horn, Coach Rushton, they kind of work well together. He kind of got that Jeff Horn irky jerky type of style, and that and if he comes to survive like Brandon Adams, it could be another 12-round decision for Charlo. But if he takes chances, this is a great opportunity for Charlo to get a knockout. So I think this fight can go either way, to be honest, to a certain extent, if everything was fair. But I think Hogan got too much pride being an Irishman to not take those chances. So I think eventually Hogan gonna take a chance, and I think Charlo stops him in the 11th round. I do. I think it's gonna be competitive, but if it do go to the cards, I see it like an 8-4 type of fight, I believe. If everything is fair, knowing he on PBC in the Brooklyn Barclays side. But I do know if Hogan win the fight, he may get a Canelo fight or a Jaime rematch for that WBC title, because his own want that title back. The zone want that title back, so people be backing out and don't even look at like who drops Camaro in the winter. If you live in Detroit, let me tell you this: you live in Detroit, you need 2 cars if you're gonna have a Charger, Challenger, or Camaro, not built for the winter. But you can't tell these niggas nothing. Crack your transmission, blow it out on ice, be stuck. People in Detroit aren't too smart, so you always gotta have like a shooter or a little truck. But that's why if you're a 1-car type of guy with how high insurance here is, then you want to get a certain type of car. People say, hey, as long as you got front wheel drive, and nah, not really. You want to be something to sit a little high. You got a V6 to get through the snow. But hey, appreciate it. Yeah, I take Charlo in 10, Charlo in 11. But it wouldn't surprise me if you go to distance and Hogan is breeding game. But the reason I end up picking Charlo by stop is because, and it might be earlier than that, because Hogan takes chances. He ain't coming to survive. I don't think he's coming to survive like Brandon Adams. It's a guy that takes chances. So it's a perfect opportunity for Jermall Charlo to score a spectacular knockout. You know what I'm saying? And we'll see if he scored that spectacular knockout. But I got him in 11. But it's going to be a tough fight. I'm looking forward to the fight. It's one of the fights I'm looking forward to this weekend. I think it's my second favorite fight this weekend. You know what I'm saying? I think Korobov and Eubanks is a good fight. And also think, obviously, Andy and AJ is a good fight. Anthony Joshua. But I do appreciate everybody for checking in. Let me know who you got for the fight. We supporting Charlo over here, man. No matter if it's a big fight, a small fight. I like Jermall Charlo. I know I've been critical of him, but I like Jermall. I'm just keeping it real, dude. But hey, let's see what he do. I got him in 11. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out to the email if you got business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video requests. Keep sharing the videos. Want to make a donation? That link's description. Best way to donate, share the video. But Dennis, I think Dennis Hogan, if he get past the power, I think Dennis Hogan is going to surprise a lot of people Saturday night. He's a really good fighter. It's a really good card. Support that PBC card. But I like Charlo in 11. But I think if it goes to the cards, I think it might be some people might try to, that don't like Charlo, might try to make it closer than that. But Hogan, good fighter, man. And I didn't mind when I watched the Jaime fight, seeing him again. And he lost to Cole Clyde, but Cole Clyde is a really tough guy. I mean, he a smaller guy. Cole Clyde, like, what, 5'6", 5'5"? He a smaller guy. He gave Andrade hell. He gave Sergey Derevchenko hell, you know? Derevchenko was struggling, what they was in Miami, Oklahoma. He was struggling with, Derevchenko was struggling with Cole Clyde, too. Go watch that. It was on FS1. Go watch that fight, Derevchenko and Cole Clyde. He gave Demetrius Andrade some good work. I mean, Cole Clyde, man, and then Derevchenko came off the Cole Clyde fight and gave Triple G a run for his money. A lot of people thought he could beat Triple G. So I think Jack Cole Clyde might be one of the most underappreciated fighters out there. He another guy. If he has some power, he'd probably definitely be a world champion. So, you know, I think if they had the power, first team for me right now would be if he had power first, it would be Sean Porter, Dennis Hogan, and Jack Cole Clyde. I think their careers would be drastically different if they had that 100 quitter. But hey, appreciate it. Hit the subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. Shout out to Jermall Charlo, both Charlo twins. Jermell got a fight versus my boy Tony Harrison. May the best man win. Jermall Charlo, support him over here, man. So salute to Big Charlo, you know, make Jermell mad. But hey, PBC got it. Wonderful events coming up. Anything other nuggets I can give y'all that y'all probably don't already know. I really ain't heard much. I heard much. So I'm already gonna drop this video. I really haven't heard much, you know, out there that's really going on. I could tell you guys that Mikey Garcia is expected to tune up, and Manny Pacquiao is still the target. April, I don't know. I heard April, so he's supposed to tune up in January, February. Pacquiao still the target. That's pretty much it. And I know Floyd coming back versus the MMA guy. I was assured that, and maybe versus Manny Pacquiao. So, hey, it's Goodfellas Sports TV. Appreciate the love, support. One time for the one time we go.